Okay, in this video I'm going to be answering what I have learned from the feedback from my audience. Okay, what I did was I showed some people from my class and from the other class the video clip where I'd got to at this certain stage, and inspired by videos I'd seen, I made a list of what they'd said. And good and a bad, so what I can improve on and what I should leave alone and what I had done well and what I had not done well. In this video I am going to start off by talking about the bad. Okay, the first thing that came up was an inconsistent frame rate, which basically meant some of the things would be they would look a bit more juttery or a bit smoother than the other. Basically this is because it wasn't finished at the time. There are things that needed to be faded into each other that were purposely a lower frame rate that needed to be faded into each other, so I'm going to solve that by fading it in. Other things that they weren't quite done, I think some frames didn't import when I was trying to import them when they really should have. And I need to fix that by going through all the files and making sure there is no breaks in the numbers, so when I import something as an image sequence it does import the whole sequence, opposed to importing some of it and missing a few of the frames out. And to get it perfect I can't be doing that, so I will need to be solving that, and hopefully I'll be able to improve that and get past the inconsistent frame rate problem. Okay, another bad thing that was mentioned is the images didn't always, they didn't always go with what was on the, which was being said, and I think I can justify that with the fact that it is alternative, and it's more about underlining meanings and subtle meanings than the idiots in popular music that just blurt out anything that comes into their mind and they think is clever, whereas this is frankly held as a more intelligent kind of music and therefore needs a more intelligent kind of video. Idiots won't get it straight away, and they're not meant to, and that is part of the codes and conventions and part of the genre. It is more pretentious, and it's meant for people who maybe aren't necessarily more clever but who think they are, and that is why in parts it may not seem it's always doing what it's doing, because it is building to this underlining feeling that is meant to be there, the whole heightened feeling. The animation isn't always smooth in places was another one that came up. That is something that I'm working on with the frame rate. Some of the drawings I think I may need to redo. It's very hard because the tracing paper and stuff, and they take hours and hours to do hundreds and hundreds of these drawings of seconds and sometimes less of a result. I'm going to have to get them out from where I've stored them and go over some of them and make sure that they have been traced nicely, because I think a few they jutter out in places. But I mean, if I don't manage to sort that out, it isn't a problem because it all really does fit in with the codes and conventions of a stop motion video. And finally another one that came up a few times for the bad section was it seems a bit random at times, and I think that's okay. I think I can justify that with codes and conventions because it isn't random. All these scenes, all these clips, all these things have been thought out, and they've been thought out to go with underlining ideas and the ideas that are obvious and the ideas that are displayed through all of these pieces of work. And so I don't think that is necessarily a problem at this time. So hopefully these this has given you an idea of the bad problems and what I can hopefully do to solve them in the future between when the video is finished and when these questions were asked. Another one was it seemed to have a people weren't sure why it was in the perspective it was, why it wasn't 720 by 1080, and this kind of thing, it can look good on a normal screen like that. It's a bit squarer. It's the size of an A4 paper, so it's not a huge difference. But I mean, primarily it's meant because you have these huge pieces of detail. like if there was a premiere for this video, it'd be projected, it'd look amazing in a projector. So I thought of that as well, and it's not like it's low resolution, so really it isn't a problem. Okay, good things that they came up with, it was high resolution. It is higher than 1080p, so it is extremely clear. These drawings are crisp. They, you know, I had to take the resolution down a bit because it was too high originally, and so it is half the size of an original raw photo file, which is huge. And in my video you're going to be getting, you know, this is a good thing, and I've told them this, that it's going to be crisper, cleaner looking, and a lot more detailed than any of the others that are just shot over camera, because doing these drawings using a scanner, which has a huge sensor, I have tons of freedom, and luckily is clear enough for my audience to actually pick up on that. They also said like they loved it stylistically. It was lovely in this case, and that was another thing that I aimed for, and it has appeared I have already done it. There's a universal style between all of my things, and this is luckily, you know, it fits in with that. It fits in with these artworks and these pictures and these ideas, and it and you know, and I'm glad that these people have said that, and I've achieved this. And you know, this dark but kind of light style it's almost uplifting in a kind of solemn way, and this is what they've said, and it's awesome. They've said it, you know, a majority of them, obviously, like there were conflicting views in the class, but people have said it stays within, you know, the genre of the music. The music is, you know, acoustic, it's alternative, it's very thoughtful, it's very deep, and it's lyrically very clever. And they said that I'm going to quote someone here, that the video keeps up with that, and I thought that was a big challenge in itself, and I'm glad that the video has, or is on the way to achieving that. So it is doing the music justice, and it is keeping up. You know, it's not a video which is stupid or funny. It is serious in tone of it, and it keeps up with ideas displayed within the music and within this voice and his guitar playing and his lyrical genius. They also said it sticks to the codes and conventions of the music videos that I have shown them of, like for instance Radiohead and stuff, of other stop motion alternative things. So you know, the colours, the minimalist colours, and the mixed media as well. And they said that all sticks within the codes and conventions, and I'm really glad that I could achieve that. And hopefully, you know, they said if anything, put a bit more in, so I'm going to maybe try and paint some skies in and add that in and make it a little bit better for them. Yeah, again, people said great use of mixed media. No one else in this class, or in our classes, or that we've seen at this level, has been doing this, which is really good, because it, you know, that fits in with the codes and conventions of it being alternative, of it being different, of it having its own identity. They said they liked the details, that they said they thought it was a good choice. A good choice to use negative drawings, because it really brings out the detail, and that is exactly what I was aiming for. And once again, I feel that I can achieve that. So they said it looks so much better like that, and the original drawings themselves, some of them criticised them, said they weren't amazing, but turned negative and into black and white, they said it brought a whole new light to them, and they loved them, because and I think the reason this is because they're different, it's because they're crisper, and it's displaying drawings as normal pencil drawings in a way that a lot of people who, you know, aren't doing art and stuff aren't used to seeing them, and it brings a real starkness, and it heightens the sharpness of them even more, even with the high resolution, because it just makes them stand out like black and white can't do. They said they love the difference and the originality. One of my teachers, I believe Matt, said that no one had really done anything quite like this at Paston for their A-level before, and that is what I'm aiming for, because alternative music, alternative video, that's great. So yeah, that is it. There's a few other nice ones, like a breath of fresh air, someone said, but I'm glad that I've achieved the good ones, the ones that I was looking to achieve, and the bad ones, I hope that I can work on them and solve them for the final product. And I think that I have. Thank you.